No, but one of the big differences between, the United States, the way universities give money to people or foundations give money, and here in Europe is that here you get the money if you're the top student. I mean, you break the record. You've got the top math score, you got the top history and geography score. You get a free ride at a very, very good university. In the States, if you're the top student and you're breaking records and your parents, are both dentists, let's say they have money, you'll go to the best school, but your parents will pay. Maybe the number 4 student in your school, not as good as you, but still good enough for the top university. His parents or her parents are not so rich, so that person might get the scholarship. It's not, we shouldn't maybe use the word scholarship. Maybe we should say a handout or financial help to make ends meet. And those people who get that money from a university would then have to work and return the favor to the school, to the society, because it's an investment for everybody. Often people who have a lot of money can afford private classes for their kids, private schools. Those kids might get top grades. Doesn't make sense that those kids then get a free education thanks to those top grades, because that's just reimbursing their parents who had the bucks. They get back their bucks. They never spend their money. It makes much better sense that you do a financial check, find out how much money parents can afford, and the difference is what the school will give the kids. There's no hiding money under the table. Okay, but here in this part of the world, the old world in Europe, what's very typical is that kids from really good schools, parents have money, kids have private classes, they get top grades, and then they get a free education at a really good university. Problem is that when they apply to the American universities and they want scholarships, whatever type there are, and they hit a wall. They run into a situation which I call the good reality. They realize that their kids have super high grades. Their kids can get into Harvard, Stanford, Berkeley, Florida, New York. But when they declare their income and they say together we make $400,000 a year, the kids get a letter saying, congratulations, you're in Yale or Harvard, but you're going to pay 90% of it. And the parents say, why should we pay? My kid has the best score in the world. There's another kid last year who had a little bit worse score who went to your school, got in for free. University explains that other kid got in for free because the parents are unemployed, don't have any money. They really can't afford it. And that shocks the people here in Europe, the different way how America gives out financial aid and how Europe gives out financial aid. Here in Europe, the financial aid is like a reward for having good grades, regardless of whether your parents could pay for the school or not. Kid gets a free education, and then after that education can go back and work in the family business. While in the States, if you've got the money, you'll pay to go to that good university. And after that, you'll have to work for the good of the society. Okay? But I know plenty of cases here in Europe where kids who have plenty of money get a free education because they have the top grades in a really good school. They go to a really good university for free. And then when they graduate, they work in a family business. This is basically money in the garbage. I don't know why they do that here, but they do that here. While in the States, the same person would have to pay for that education. But if you can't afford it because your parents really can't make ends meet, you'll get a scholarship. And then at the end of the time of study, you'll have to return the favor by working for the school, the community, or the society in general. This is something you got to know, the difference between the way Europe dishes out the money and the way the States does it. I think the States have it together correctly.